We met someone who told us they quit their full-time job. We met someone who said like they got their return on investment in the first hour.
At the end of the day, we are here for you guys. This is the thing that fills our cup.
I'm in my feels now. Welcome back to the Creator Wizard podcast. I am here. I'm very excited. I am in person with my team. We've got Dee, we've got Bianca. Why don't you guys real quickly introduce yourself? We're going to do a little episode about what it's like working for me. What it's like working at on the Creator Wizard team. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Dee, take it away.
Hello, I'm Dee, Director of Ops here at Creator Wizard, and also the longest employed person on the team. I have the most background information on what it's like as the first hire. And I'm really excited to share what it's like really behind the scenes, because it's not your typical job. We don't serve the typical audience. We serve very unique people in different niches. So I'm super excited to get this going. Bianca, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, so I'm Bianca. I am the newest hire. So we have both ends of the spectrum here. I kind of do a little bit of everything, kind of keep the wheels on the bus turning. Everyone in the community has probably seen me somewhere, I would say. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about things. We have a lot of things to talk about.
Before I hired Dee, it was just me, right? And any creators watching this can probably appreciate it. Just starts out, if you don't have a team, it starts out as you and you're doing everything, right? And when I started doing the course, what happened was that people started going, she was a student, she mentioned, right? In cohort number 3 of our course, I think. And people started going to Dee and asking her questions because they didn't feel comfortable coming to me. And so I was like, wow, I didn't realize this was actually happening. I should probably just hire Dee. And so that evolved. You started doing office hours. Mm-hmm. You started answering people's questions. You started becoming like a go-to person in the community. And that was when I started relying on you more. And I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, I'm thinking about changing up this week of the course, or I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think of that? And it was so useful to have someone to kind of bounce ideas off of. And I never really realized that was something I was missing until I started, I was so fearful, honestly, in the beginning of hiring anyone. Those of you probably know I have some trauma related to my past business and it not working out and all that stuff too. And so I had a lot of fear of just hiring anyone, even contractors, right, in the beginning, because I didn't want the same thing to happen. And so, it was so clear to me from the beginning when I started working with you that you wanted the same things. You wanted to help impact creators in the same way. And that was such a breath of fresh air. It was so useful to me to know that we wanted the same things. It wasn't just about a paycheck to you. It was you really wanted to help creators in the same way. And that's honestly how I feel about you too. Because it was we started working together in more of a fractional capacity. But it was the funniest thing to me. It was Bianca started showing up on the live streams, not on her hours where she was supposed to be. And I was I said Bianca as a username. I was what is that Bianca on our team? So why did you start tuning into the live streams? I'm just curious.
I think starting off working for you, it quickly became clear how intentional you were with wanting to actually help people. There was something so magnetic about that, even working for you, behind the scenes, even before I became full-time, it became so clear that you're actually just someone who wants to help. And the second I realized that's when I wanted to tune in more. I was who is this guy really? Is this actually true? Is he actually spending all this time changing people's lives? Seeing the live streams is what cemented in me what we do. What we do now, I feel the live streams are just such a good representation of it. People pop in, they ask questions. You will go overtime on your live streams so often, even though I have to tell you not to now.
I did too.
Yeah, you did too. Because you genuinely want to help. And it was magnetic. I couldn't not be on the live streams. I couldn't. And I was on my own time before I started working full time, because you can just tell. And I think it's just something that's pervasive in all of us, is that we are genuinely trying to help. And that's why if we're talking behind the scenes, that's why it's awesome to work here. Where it's fulfilling in a way that other things are just not.
While we're on the subject
Yeah.
of the live stream, I also got sucked in because of the live streams. At the time, Justin was doing live streams on Friday. So I had a Friday ritual. I would ride my bike and watch his live stream for the whole hour. And that was like my me time to decompress the week, to like really soak this in. I don't even know if you know this.
I didn't know this.
Like, I have actual pictures on my phone of me on the bike with you in the background, like OG background.
Like
setup.
on an exercise bike?
Yeah,
or
on
something?
an exercise bike. And that was my goal. It was just have some time for me to, number one, learn, but also surround myself around people who have things that are actually going to help me. And so when I started watching the live streams, it started off as like, I'll watch the live stream. And then I went to, on Thursdays, like when he shares like the intel that's on there, I'm actually going to like pitch these brands and I'm going to do it. And rather than sitting and feeling stuck, like there's 10 things that I need to do as a creator, because, I create content as well. I felt like rather than thinking about all these 10 things, like he's already figured it out for me. Like, why am I trying to work so hard to get this done? And you don't know this, but like every Thursday I opened the newsletter and I was like, boom, like I know who I need to like try to reach out to. On Friday we had the live streams. Like if there was a question, I asked questions and I always got answers. Okay. I was the creator who took everything personal. I'd reach out to Justin and I'm like, you won't believe they said no budget. What am I supposed to do? And he would respond to me like, Dee, it's okay. Like, remember, it's not personal. And here's what you're going to do next. And I was like, why is he like so calm about it? Like they totally like denied what I wanted. And then that like calm was instilled in me because like wherever there's a problem, there's a solution. And so, yeah, I got sucked in with the live streams as well. And I swear to you, it was a Friday ritual. No one could call me at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Friday because I would not answer. I'm like on my bike, watching the live stream and also making comments at the same time. And I think what made me want to join the team when the offer came to me is the fact that I always felt heard. And as a ulterior motive, I also wanted to make sure that I could do that for others because I felt that's the best way I can make you feel proud. Because you helped me so much, I wanted to make you proud by showing you that like your time invested in answering my comments and just hearing me out and talking me off the edge when I'm like, they hate me, like what is happening? It didn't work. I think that's when I was like, I want to be you to other people if I could. And like, I was literally doing it without you asking me to do it. And I had no idea that it would have turned into this opportunity that I have now. But I'm so thankful that I pushed myself to find a regimen that worked for me and what I was capable of. And also, like, again, surrounding myself in a space where it was a can-do attitude as opposed to I'm stuck. Feeling stuck is the worst. And I find that you are the unstuck for all creators, like honestly. And I feel proud to be like on the unstuck team.
I'm in my feels now.
Real quickly, remember your first podcast episode, your first YouTube video, your first blog post? Think back to how it felt to hit publish on that early piece of content. Now, look at how far you've come. Your content has transformed, and so have you. But has your email marketing platform kept up? Do you even have one? Enter this episode's sponsor, ConvertKit, which is the email marketing service designed specifically for creators like you and for me, because I use it and I love it. Whether you're crafting newsletters, managing subscriptions, or sending updates, ConvertKit grows with you. With easy integration for your blogs, your podcasts, your YouTube channels, and your e-commerce stores, ConvertKit ensures that your email marketing works as hard as you do. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. When you press publish on platforms like YouTube or TikTok, you're kind of at the mercy of the algorithm for your content's reach, right? And to prove it to you, I'm actually gonna pull up one of my recent Instagram reels. Okay, I'm gonna click the insights here. Okay, look at this. I have 11,300 followers, and this reel reached 301 accounts. So quick math, that is 2%, 2% reach. Contrast that with my average open rate in ConvertKit, which is between 40 and 45%. So which one do you want? 2%, 45%, 2%, 45%. Which one are you gonna pick? So take control with ConvertKit. Here you can own your audience relationships directly. There's no middleman, there's no unpredictable algorithm changes, just a direct line to your followers. ConvertKit isn't just another tool, it's a partner in your creative journey. So if you're ready to create with freedom, automate with ease, and engage your audience like never before, build a platform you own. Start with ConvertKit today at convertkit.com. That's convertkit.com. All right, let's get back to it.
That's very kind of you. You know, one thing that was really, really difficult for me was, one thing that you guys are incredible at is like protecting me. And that's a very weird feeling for me because, you know, from the beginning when I started, I was like answering every email and comments and doing all the customer service and like doing everything. And it's actually been pretty difficult to like, we were actually just talking about this at dinner yesterday, that like it's really hard for me to give it up because I feel so responsible for not only our customers and our viewers and our audience, but I also feel responsible for y'all, you know, and your livelihoods and making this business continue to grow and impact people and all that stuff too. So it's like, it's really hard for me to, like we were literally just talking, this is like a small detail, it's just like taking me off of the support email. Because like right now we get a, you know, support at creatorwizard.com. That comes to all of us. We have all of our emails tagged on it. And so like I see that and then I start getting anxious. I was like, okay, someone needs help with getting access to something or someone needs this or someone needs that. And I'm just like, is this happening? Like everything is getting done. And like, it's like not productive for like, and this is what you guys are here to help with. And like, they literally, like, it was funny. They were both sitting on sides of the table, and I was on one end. It was like an intervention. They were like, Justin, you need to, like, stop doing that. You're like, this is not productive. And a really interesting insight. Because something that I'll have a tendency to do is, like, during business hours, Monday through Friday, I'm, like, comfortable with, like, you guys handling things. But, like, when things come in on the weekends, I'm still looking at the emails, and, like, I have a tendency to just, like, jump in and do stuff. You know, issuing refund if someone asks for something or, you know, helping something with a problem, you know, so it's just like, and it's not, and someone told me one time that like, you know, I'm not sure that I would expect at where your business is at right now. I think it actually might be weird if you were the person answering the customer service tickets or like doing something. So it's like a nice surprise when you do, but I'm like not expecting that. And like, when I heard that, I was like, whoa, that's like weird. And so it's been a bit humbling to like, you know that it's like maybe okay for me to not do some of those things. I just don't ever want to feel like all high and mighty, like I'm all cool and I don't need to do those things anymore. I don't know. It's really difficult. But you in particular are really good about like cracking the whip and like, I want to share one quick anecdote and I'm going to give you the mic. We came back from the conference hall. We're at VidSummit right now. And we were like, okay, let's go like decompress in our rooms for like just a little bit. And like I sat down on my bed and I got a text message from Bianca and she's like, okay guys, here's the agenda for the rest of the night. We're going to do this. And I was like, I am so lucky. Like, this is crazy.
I also felt very lucky when she said that.
I don't know. Where does that come from?
For the record, I told him to come off the support email months ago. Okay, for the record. But where that comes from is, it goes full circle to what I was saying before, that you just so genuinely want to help people and you do so much and you're constantly going above and beyond for other people. And I think the reason why we both are so protective of you is because of that. We know how much you're giving. And so for you to be able to continue to do that, we support you. We support you. And I personally have a very supportive role in the business, and that makes me beyond happy. Being able to do those little things and knowing when they're effective is what makes me happy too. So it's really full circle. You're helping other people. You're making other people's lives better. I'm able to make yours, which also makes mine. It's all full circle. And I don't think either of us will ever stop being this protective. Ever.
You know what?
It was low-key included in all our contracts.
It was not. It was definitely not. And you know what? This is actually, I want, if you're a creator listening to this and you have maybe a business that you're growing, courses, or you're maybe starting to sell things directly, I want everyone to hear this because this was a huge moment for me, was realizing that like the thing, like it's okay to like there's people that exist in the universe who are like excited to maybe do the things that you maybe consider are like administrative or like maybe a little bit like not like you feel, Jay has told me this before, that he feels bad sometimes like delegating certain tasks to people because he's like, well, I don't really necessarily love that, so I feel like I'm delegating something that I don't love, like that, there's no way that person could love it, right? And that actually, you have told me that like you actually love doing certain things that I actually think maybe it's like better for me to focus on speaking or writing or doing more YouTube videos, and like you can flex your expertise in other areas. And like that was a huge unlock for me, because I never realized like, wow, I can actually find people who are complementary to me in terms of the skill sets versus like, duplicating it, right?
Absolutely.
One thing I want to ask, I think this is like maybe a great way to end this conversation, is like we've actually gotten a chance to like talk with a bunch of our students here at the conference, and that has been such a breath of fresh air, because when you run a business and it's we're all virtual, we're all remote. Not only do we not get to work together, but we don't get to work in person with our customers or our clients either. And so I don't know how many students or clients do you think we've met?
Over 20.
Right, 20,
Yeah,
over 20 students. And like, man, the stories that they've shared of like how like their business has changed, their life has changed since working with us or going through our program and things like that. It's just been so wonderful to like get reinvigorated to like, this is why we do it.
Yeah.
Like one of our longest running coaching clients just like got their largest deal ever. And it was like, we got to celebrate with them in person. Like it was just,
Yeah.
it's wild.
That totally filled my cup. And while we're on the topic of
Yeah.
like all of our students and everyone in our ecosystem, I just want to point out that when I see like our community show up for us, it's that thank you that like we don't normally get on a regular basis, because when you're working online, a lot can be transactional. And, when someone writes an email and says like, hey, thank you so much, that was awesome, like it totally fills our cup. But when we see you in person and we see the expression, the emotion, like it's different. It's different. And it's like, that's our gasoline to like get us to help more folks. But also when I see our alumni ride or die for us and they're like, oh yes, I went through that program, you need to do it. We don't tell them to say this ever, but they're just so proud of what they learned, and they trust us so well that they put their stamp of approval without us asking them to do that. And for me, that's a big deal, because in these times, you don't have to do that. Really, you don't. But the fact that they do, it means a lot to me. And it really puts me in my field. And it makes an impact, because we help so many people on a daily basis. And we love that we do that. We do it without expecting anything in return. But I want to talk about one specific alumni who traveled with gifts for us, had it in their bags, hoping that they would run into us. And then when they did, they're like, I brought something from you. If you're like, I had it on my flight. When I knew I was coming, like I knew I was going to order this and I was going to bring it for you. And it's like, we don't ever expect that, but we also don't have a lot of opportunities where like we can have those conversations. And it's like, one conversation, the impact is like huge, but without like that personal connection, sometimes that gets lost. But like our community, like I ride or die for our community, because our community ride or dies for us. And it makes me feel like I'm proud that I made the choice to go through the program myself, but I'm even more proud to be director of ops, because I believe in everything, because it's truly helped my journey. And to know that what helped me, I can help teach that to others and help them get that unlock, or even reach their, their absolute yes number. It's more rewarding for, like we were talking about this earlier, it's more rewarding for us to see you win than it is for us to celebrate our wins, because we're always on the grind. Like, how can we help more people? How can we provide more support? Like, there's this gap that we need to fix, right? Like, we're always problem solving and trying to find solutions for the future. But like seeing folks in person and hearing like the impact that we've had on them, or just how much like we've helped them in any way, whether it's like we met someone who told us they quit their full-time job, right? We met someone who said like they got their return on investment in the first hour. And it's like, I don't know, like we didn't plan for that to be the outcome, but like that's the feedback we have. And it feels so rewarding to be on a team that naturally does that, not because we're running after a paycheck, but because we actually want to. And the way that Justin is so, he's always on call, really. Like, he's on call on the weekends, at night, like during the day, he's always on call. So to see someone empty their cup on a regular basis it makes me want to pour a little bit into his cup and then pour a little bit into everyone else's cup, because I don't want no cups to be empty, you know, because I feel like that would make you the most proud. And to me, that's what matters the most. Making you proud by helping the folks, as if like we're just trying to multiply you.
And at the end of the day, that's exactly why we're here. We can say, you know, it makes Dee happy, it makes Bianca happy, it makes Justin happy. We're not here for anything else other than you guys. At the end of the day, we are here for you guys. This is the thing that fills our cup. If this is what Justin is doing and pouring himself out for, we are pouring into Justin to help you guys. So it all comes back to that at the end of the day. How much it just fulfills us to be able to help.
Okay, well, this has been definitely a therapy session for me. I'm in my feels right now. Appreciate you guys. So I want to say, you told me not to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway.
He does this very often.
I do it often.
He does not listen to my suggestions.
Because Dee and I have this beautiful yin-yang relationship where I say, I think we should do this. She says, here's why I don't think we should do that. And then we arrive somewhere in the middle. But by the way, Dee runs our Wizards Guild coaching program. So if you want this calm, this energy, you need help with your sponsorships on an ongoing basis, she runs the program. She's one of our sponsorship coaches, so as well as Bianca. So yes, sign up. Go work with Dee. She's amazing. But this is why this stuff right now, and getting to work, getting to talk with our students in person, this type of thing is why we are so excited to be launching our own in-person event next year. It's called Sponsor Games. And we're currently finalizing the date and the venue and location and all this stuff too. But it's going to be incredible. We've talked a bit about it. We actually were calling it something different in the past. We've changed the name now. I'm going to give you the quick pitch about it, okay? Because I'm very excited. We have our 8-step sponsorship wheel, right? And that we take all of our students through in our Brand Deal Wizard program. And so we are turning each of those 8 steps, pitch, negotiate, contract, concept, all that, into a game. Each of these things are going to be games that you play with your fellow creators in breakout groups. We're going to have coaches allocated to each group, and there's going to be finalists in each of the games. 8 finalists who are going to be move on to a culminating sponsor tank event at the end, where you're going to be pitching real partnership marketing managers, influencer marketing managers at brands. They're going to be the judges, and you will win cash and other prizes. This event is going to be unlike anything that if you've ever been to a creator event, you know there's lots of keynotes and workshops and panels. Going to be none of that. None of that. It's going to be hands-on, tactical. We're capping it at a certain number of attendees. But we're about to put our deposit down on the venue space. So this is happening. And we've been talking all the last couple of days about this event. Are you guys excited out of your minds about this?
Absolutely, especially seeing that folks are already buying into it before the details are finalized. That's exciting. But let me just say, it is so on brand that we would have an in-person event that's supposed to be fun. Because that is so us. We work really hard to help as many creators as we can. But in the process of working so hard, we have fun every day helping people. We have so many internal conversations about, did you hear what that one creator said? That was so awesome. And then we have a moment to celebrate. But speaking of celebrating, I'm here for positivity. I hope that as you watch this episode, as you come across our universe, you will learn to celebrate yourself, your wins, your downs, because you know what, there's ebbs and flows that comes with being a creative, and there's nothing you can do about that. But what you can do is lean into it and know that on the other side of that ebb, you're going to get in your flow. And if you can find a way to have fun in your process, you can create your own team like this one where we get to work, but we have fun with everything that we do. And celebrating, the wins, whether they're big or small. When I first joined the team, one of my favorite things to do was share your wins in our community. I was yes, share your wins. We want to hype you up. We want to cheer you on. Years down the line, we're still celebrating hard for everyone else. And that hasn't changed. So, in this event, having it, gamified and just making it not something that's so hard for you to grasp the concept, but also have you enjoy the process. I think that's going to be the most helpful, because it's hard being a creator. It's really hard. And if we can make a tiny step to help make that a little bit more fun to go through the process, then maybe there's more creators who are going to do that thing that they've been too scared to do. or do that thing that they just haven't figured out, like what's step one, step two, step three. And so, yeah, having this event, it'll be the icing on the cake for us, and we're so excited. Like we're super hyped. We might look like we're calm and collective right now, but inside we're bouncing off the walls. Okay?
Yeah, guys, this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm personally very excited about this. I kind of want to meet you guys. I want an excuse to meet more of you guys, so I hope you guys will be there. We're gonna make it so much fun. On my word, okay, guys. But yeah, we hope we can see you there for sure.
All right. Sponsorgames.com. Sign up for the wait list. We're actually starting selling tickets soon, actually. So if you want to join the wait list and you absolutely want to guarantee a spot, we've actually had some people purchase tickets sight unseen already. They don't know the dates. They don't know the location. They said, I want to be there. How do I buy it? And we sent them a Stripe link. So there's actually some people who are like very serious about this. So if that actually is, you're in that shoes, DM us or shoot us an email. But sponsorgames.com, it's waitlist. This is fun.
Absolutely.
Was this fun?
Absolutely.
This is fun. Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.